In this video, I'd like to describe the proper way to make an RRSP contribution. And we're going to look at three different things. We're going to look at making an RRSP contribution in January versus December. We'll take a look at what happens if you use the refund to top up your RRSP contribution. And we're also going to discuss the RRSP gross up strategy. So here we have Bob. He's going to contribute $10,000 a year to his RRSP. And in this first case, we're going to take a look at in January versus December. So here we have them laid out side by side, but it's hard to tell. The graphs look the same. So let's look at the numbers. And so you can see right off the bat, 2018, there's obviously more money in the account because at the end of 2018, because it's had time to accumulate. But what happens over time? And so we can see about 2052, when Bob's about 64, 65, there's about a $64,000 difference. So just by contributing in January, we'll have more money in the RRSP. Now, when Bob makes that $10,000 contribution, he's going to get a tax refund. And the refund is going to be about $3,000. So I've set up another RRSP account, and we're going to put $3,000 a year into that account also. So let's take a look at the comparison. And obviously, in the first year, there is an advantage to investing in the refund. We can see the difference there. But again, let's look over time. And we can see now, 2052, there's a difference here of about $280,000. And all we've done is reinvested the tax refund. So let's take a look at the RRSP gross up strategy now. Okay, before Bob was able to contribute $10,000 to his RRSP, he actually had to earn about $14,285, right? And then he pays the tax and he's left with $10,000. And I showed you the formula there to work that out. So what if he takes that $4,285 and he just contributes that to his RRSP like we've done here? So let's look at the comparison. And if we just go right to the 2052, we can see that there's an advantage there by about $400,000. So we've looked at three different ways to make the contribution. One at the beginning of the year rather than the end of the year. That's about a $61,000 advantage. We looked at just taking the refund and reinvesting that back into the RRSP. That was about a $280,000 advantage. And then we talked about the RRSP gross up strategy. And that increased your RRSP by about $400,000. So the gross up strategy is the proper way to make an RRSP contribution. And I'm going to say or suggest that if you do not do something smart with the tax refund, so if you just spend it, you're actually better off to just do a tax-free savings account rather than an RRSP.